Brought to you by Penguin.
The Beautiful Struggle by Ta-Nehisi Coates, read by Hayden Mclean. Chapter 1. There lived a little boy who was misled. When they caught us down on Charles Street, they were all that I'd heard. They did not wave banners, flash amulets, or secret signs. Still, I could feel their awful name advancing out of the lore. They were remarkable. They sported the Stetsons of Hollis, but with no gold. They were shadow and rangy like they could three-piece you, jab, uppercut, jab from a block away. They had no eyes. They shrieked and jeered, urged themselves on, danced wildly, chanted, "Rock and roll is here to stay." When Murphy Holmes closed in on us, the moon ducked behind his black cloak, and Fells Point dilettantes shuffled in boots. In those days, Baltimore was factional, segmented into crews who took their names from their local civic associations. Warwick Junction ran everything, until they met North and Pulaski, who, craven and honorless, will punk you right in front of your girl. It was their numbers that tipped me off. No one else rode this deep. We were surrounded by 6 to 8, but up and down the street, packs of them took up different corners. I was spaced out as usual, lost in the caves of chaos and the magic of Optimus Prime's vanishing trailer. It took time for me to get clear. Big Bill made them a block away, grew tense. But I did not understand. Even after they touched my older brother with a right cross so awkward, I thought it was a greeting. I didn't catch on until his arms were pumping the wind. Bill was out. Murphy Holmes turned to me. Above all the factions, Murphy Holmes waved the scepter. The scale of their banditry made them mythical. Wherever they walked, Old Town, Shake and Bake, the harbor, they busted knees and melted faces. Across the land, the name rang out. Murphy Holmes beat brothers with gas nozzles. Murphy Holmes split backs and poured in salt. Murphy Holmes moved with one eye, flew out on bat wings, performed dark rites atop Druid Hill. I tried to follow Bill, but they cut me off. A goblin stepped out from the pack. "Hey, you going somewhere?" And stunned me with a straight right. About that time, my Converse turned to cleats and I bolted, leaving dents and divots in the concrete. The streetlights flickered, waved as I broke ankles, blew by, and when the bandits reached to check me, I left only imagination and air. I doubled back to Lexington Market. There was no sign of Bill. I reached for a payphone. "Dad, we got banked." "Okay, son, find an adult, stand next to an adult." "I'm in front of Lexington Market. I lost Bill." "Son, I'm on the way." I went to stand near a man about Dad's age waiting at the bus stop, like age could shield me. He looked over at me unfazed and then back across the street at the growing fray of frenzied youth. I know that Dad and Ma saved me, pulled up in their Silver Rabbit sometime after I made the call. The Dad ran off into the swarming night to find his eldest son, and for the first and only time I was afraid for him. I know that Bill's mother, Linda, swooped down to the harbor and found Bill first, shuttled him back out to their crib in Jamestown. I know that Bill returned to Tioga days later, and when I told him how I dusted Murphy Holmes, how I was on some Kid Flash level, he was incredulous. "Fool, they let you get away so they could chase me." We lived in a row house in the slope of Tioga Parkway in West Baltimore. There was a small kitchen, 3 bedrooms, and 3 bathrooms, but only one that anybody ever wanted to use. All of us slept upstairs. My folks and a modest master, my 2 sisters, Chris and Kel, went back from Howard University in an area where Dad also stored his books. There was a terrace out back, with a rotting wooden balcony. I almost died out there one day. Leaning against the crumbling wood, I tumbled headlong, but caught myself on the back door roof and came lucky feet first to the ground. My room was the smallest, and all was checkered with scattered volumes of World Book, Childcraft, Dragonlance, and Narnia. I slept on bunk beds made from thick pine, shared the bottom with my baby brother Menelik. Big Bill, as in all things, was up top. By mere months, he was my father's first son, but he turned this minor advantage into heraldry. He began sentences with, "as the oldest son," and sought to turn...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?